Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Today I got a box from, I want to say it was from Italy, but it might have been from Russia because that might be where it was cast. But anyway, I'm rambling. From Durgin Paint Forge. And Durgin Paint Forge had a recent Kickstarter about a year ago for what they called the Second Government. And we got these really nicely fancy packaged boxes here. And I believe these were the blue coats that I pledged for. Not 100%, but I'm about 99% sure that's what is in these boxes. I haven't even had a chance to open them up yet. I popped open the box because it was all soggy from the rain because it doesn't want to stop raining, and I have just been chomping at the bit to take a look at what's inside. So without further ado, I'm going to shut up and we're going to open these up. And so there was a nice little message here from Matteo, thank you, and some info on how to build these things and how to follow them. And I will put a link down below if you can't read that as well. Let's take a look at what's inside, yeah? Can I open it? Oh, right. This is jam-packed. So what do we got here? A body, a base topper, and somebody's head. Oh boy, I think this is an old dude with a flamethrower or something. Skinny! Yeah, this is the flamethrower guy. You can see the little flame coming off the burner there. Can't complain about the quality. Nicely done. Got a cigarette in his mouth. Hopefully that wire is going to actually fit. Weapons themselves are, well, actually all of the model is relatively clean. Set that to the side and hopefully not get it confused with everything else. We'll take a look at what was in this bag too. I didn't forget you. You can see here a little base topper. It's like the girl leader general type with the hair over one eye. Moody, angsty teen type. Just one simple piece for the most part. I don't see any pegs on the feet to plug them into the base, so I'm not sure exactly where they're supposed to go, but not a big deal. I do like when they have custom base toppers in there. Alright. Let's see who we have here. I don't even know how many models are in this box. I'll be curious to find out. Out you go. Okay, so we have a officer looking type. Yeah, he's got like his helmet in his hand. Hammer, it looks like, in his other. That's probably going to have to be very carefully clipped off because it looks quite thin. Detail is nice. He's got his fancy mustache that hopefully I won't ruin with either primer or paint. Model number 4 is a single piece. This big bruiser with his gun over his shoulder there. So my first thought is, since these aren't really tied to any game yet, is I was going to use them for Carnivale. I thought they have the right look for that time period. They fit in pretty well size-wise with some GW humans. Alright, model number 5. What do we got here? Good question. We have a tactical rock and a very thin sniper rifle. Very thin, but that shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully. A little Red Riding Hood type sniper. Fun. Very unique looking characters. That's always a plus, in my opinion. And then there's this monstrosity. That's everything in that box. Okay. This is their Dwarven golem machine that I'm not able to... There we go. This is a lot of parts, and I know that one of the stretch goals was actually some optional bits. I don't know if they're in here. So you've got the cockpit control area. You got a dwarf to pilot it. And I guess if you really wanted to leave him out, you could. Looks like the feet to it. the arms. I'm assuming that 2 is for the second government there. It's got this neat big face to stick on the front of it. I'm assuming that's the front of it. Nope. There we go. That's the front. I think we have, yeah, we got some boilers to go on the back there. The hands themselves. Very rune-like armor etched in there. I don't know. Maybe that's where the feet attach. Smoke plumes and parts for our dwarven friend. It looks like the levers to control it. And another hand to grasp it. I don't know where the weapons are. Maybe I passed them by. Alright, let's see what's in box number 2. Stuff. Ah, yep, here we go. Here's the weapons. So we have a hammer and a cannon for our mech. We have a dog. I think there were 2 dogs. Yep, looks like a little boxer or something. I'll show you when I get them all built there. And then these were kind of cool. I will show these off. And these little mechanical golem minion things. Remind me of the guys that Raging Heroes made. Kind of cute. Number 2 and number 1. And level, we have little fun things like that. And then some sort of familiar or something. Or maybe this guy is another automaton of some sort. He's weird looking. I'm assuming those are his legs. Maybe not. I have no idea. I don't know what this is. Okay, we'll have to figure that out. Looks like it goes to him. I have no idea. And finally, the last thing we have, I believe, are bases. So they have these interestingly cut, ruined bases. Call it a diamond shape. Interesting. Something different. Now, whether or not there's enough for everybody is a different story altogether. So, I'm going to take a moment. We'll get all this stuff built, and hopefully I didn't get it all mixed up too badly, and I will be showing it off to you in just a second here. Alright, so we started getting our guys put together here. I don't remember the names, unfortunately, but I'm just going to show them off. I'm going to call her my leader. I don't know if she's actually supposed to be a leader or not. But again, not a whole lot of... I'm not sure about this base. I do have one extra scenic base, so I'm just going to plug her on there. You know what? I think she needs a companion. That is one of the cool things. There are plenty of little buddies and pals to come palling around on the bases. I'm totally going to have all the pets there hanging out. It just seems appropriate. Our cool guy here. You can have the big dog. I mean, really, the quality of the casts are quite nice. I mean, I've put together a few Durgin Paint Forge models at this point, and I've always been happy with them. So I can't really complain about that. This figure probably is my favorite of the batch just because he's nice, sturdy, and chunky, and I'm not worried about him breaking. Some of the other models in the lineup, like our Pyromaniac friend here, I'm really concerned about. Number one, you can see I need to reattach that cord. I probably need to heat it up there on the back of his backpack. Detail is really nice, but he's got almost comical proportions, and I'm just worried that he is going to be the first casualty if anybody happens to fall off their bases. We'll give him the little deflator mouse guy. I don't know what this thing's deal is. There's some funky minions to hang around here. Next up we have the sniper of the unit. I'm not sure what to do with her base. She just... It's an odd shape. Not to say that the others are any odder, but like if you have any of the recessed lipped bases, it just doesn't fit in there. And I'm totally going to give her a red riding hood. She has to have a red one. even though they're the blue coats, don't care. The funny thing is, the leader sorcerer girl seems to have her base designed for a recessed lipped base too, so I'm not sure about that. I'd forgotten about what this guy's actually doing. If you look closely, and if I can zoom it in carefully, he's got like a little chameleon actually sitting on his warhammer there. It's a fun, interesting model. Got the helmet in his hand. I almost wish there was a helmeted version as well, because it's a neat looking model. And that's the thing that actually I've noticed is the set for all the character that the models have, they're not really in much of any kind of an action pose, save the sniper, I'd say. Everybody else just kind of looks like they're at rest, which is fun and fine. It just was an interesting observation. You know, I'm used to stuff like Raging Heroes where everybody's like a woman of action and leaping and prancing and cavorting all over their bases, but here everybody's just kind of chill, you know? I mean, it looks like she's surveying the scenery, ready to fire. He's just chilling out. She's just sort of looking around. I don't know whether he's going to eat that chameleon or play with it. I'm not sure. And then finally, we have our big dwarf golem. Mecha, whatever you want to call it. So this is a neat little kit. As I showed you guys earlier, there were 2 optional parts. You had the cannons that actually went here, and then there was the option of either giving him the hammer or not. Now, I did not actually attach the pilot completely, and I notice he is completely in scale with all of the other Durgin dwarves. So if you have any of them, if you wanted to keep him out, you could just trim off that little control stick in his hand there, and he'd be pretty much good to go as is. You could also leave off the smoke here from the golem. Now, I did not attach the torso to the legs yet, just because I thought it'd be a little bit easier to be able to get everything painted. But it's pretty good size. I have it on a 50mm base. Everybody else had their little custom bases except for him. That was kind of surprising. And the nice thing also I should mention is that the joystick there actually plugs directly into the console control panel inside the mech. So everything fits nice and smoothly, and he definitely looks like he's going to be packing some good fire support for the rest of the crew. So as the blue tag wants to fall off, that's okay. Size-wise, I mean, they fit in pretty decent with a lot of the comparable stuff out there at the moment. Let's see what other models I got laying around here. I've got a random Conquest guy. They're still a little bit big. Let's see, I've got a Shield Wolf girl. Raging Heroes. Actually, what I think I really need to be having is some Carnivale stuff from Tabletop Combat, except I have them all put away at the moment, sadly. I think that they would really fit in well with these models. In fact, that was my plan, was to use these as Carnivale models, because I don't really have any game system that I could use them for currently. And that's the thing. They're really neat models, but this is a case where I'm really having a hard time figuring out exactly what kind of a use I'm going to get out of them. So I'm definitely going to have to do some digging and searching through the various game systems we have at home, and hopefully we will find a home for them and some action on the tabletop soon, because I am really looking forward to painting these. I've really enjoyed the models, and you know, to me that's the one thing, is gamers need to have a use or excuse to put these things on the table and to have them paint, other than the fact that it's just a lot of fun to do that. So if you guys have any suggestions on where or what they can be used with, by all means, please let me know. I'm quite curious, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Durgin Paint Forge continues to expand and grow their alliance after this. I believe the next group of models that they're going to be doing is elves, actually. So should be interesting. I don't know if they're going to be very traditional ones or if they're going to be like this and totally all over the place. Who knows? So hopefully you have found this useful, and if you're curious to get any more information about their models, I'll put a link down below, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. With that said, oh my goodness, I forgot my favorite 2 companions here, these little 2 mechanical dudes. I love how he's saluting, giving that Benny Hill salute there. Anyway, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.